Today I want to give you a quick tour and overview of the Bandago Transit van. It's right behind me here. If you've seen any of my other videos about the like the bandwagon walkthrough or the Yoda coach walkthrough, this video will be very similar. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the exterior and interior of the Bandago and kind of what to expect. Now, the Bandago is a touring vehicle for bands typically. That is a very cost-effective solution as a step down from like a bandwagon or a tour bus. Obviously, I mean, it's a van. It's very similar to a Sprinter van. There are some differences in how it functions, which we will get into, but for all intents and purposes, it really is just a large Sprinter type van. Now, Bandago does have a few different types of vans. This is the Ford Transit van. They also have cargo vans and then your standard Mercedes Sprinter vans. If you go to the Bandago website, you can take a look at all the different options of what they have. So when you step into the Bandago Ford Transit, this is kind of what you're going to see here. Very, traditional for like a Sprinter style van. You do have a really nice Bluetooth wireless CarPlay enabled screen here, which is great for like those long drives from city to city. You can do, like, if you have an iPhone, you can do CarPlay, you can do Bluetooth, phone calls, things like that. GPS, obviously, all that good stuff. You've got some basic controls of the wireless phone calls, menus, things like that here. You've got your cruise control, which is pretty important when you're on those long drives here. Just some basic side, mirror control, your lights, parking brakes, things like that. You've got your turn signals, you've got your wipers over here. Pretty simple, easy to use. Gear shift here. You do have some USB capabilities, USB type A, and then a 12 volt, just traditional, you would get an adapter for it if you need that. Up top, you do have some climate control capabilities. Now, this climate control here is really just for the air ducts on the top of the van here. If you want to control dash air, that's actually going to be with one of the wireless buttons when the screen turns on. So this particular Bandago Transit van takes just regular unleaded gasoline, and it gets about 19 miles per gallon. Depending on which van you choose to go with Bandago, those stats may vary. You've also got some storage capabilities up front, just for putting things into. This right here, just so you know, is not something that comes with Bandago. This was just for a recording project that the band I'm with did. We just put it up here temporarily. Okay, now coming to the back here, you've got your standard sliding door. The Bandago Transit van seats 15 total seats. This is the back of the van here. As you can see, I've had a couple of seats taken out. Bandago will take out seats if you don't need them or don't want them. We liked having the extra space for gear in here, and then you get that funny little dunce chair in the back. But this is pretty pretty standard for what you would get in any kind of Sprinter van. You've got your basic ventilation up top, some basic lighting. All the seats have seat belts, and most of them have some sort of cup holder capabilities. Again, it rides like a regular van, and it's pretty comfortable. Some of the back seats also have USB capabilities for charging devices. Now, I should point out that the Ford Transit Bandago does have the capability to tow. You can get a tow package with your rental, which basically is just going to be the whole. You got to bring your own ball and stick, and then it's got your traditional connection points here for your trailer, which, depending on the trailer you get, you're going to want to make sure that everything is working correctly with that. The Transit Bandago van also does have the tall ceilings. I think our clearance is about 11 feet and change. So keep that in mind. It's mostly good for most low clearance areas unless you're going into like dense city parking garages. But using Google Maps usually is fine for directions with this guy. And it does make for a pretty comfortable interior having those tall ceilings. Not that I recommend anybody stand up inside the van, but you absolutely could. So there you have it, guys. That's the Bandago Ford Transit. Again, this is a smaller touring vehicle, but it is a cost-effective solution for bands that are looking to get on the road, or any team that's looking to get on the road and travel long distances. It rides great, decent gas mileage for what it is, and it's pretty comfortable. So let me know if you guys have any questions about the Bandago Transit van. You can also go to their website and check out what other types of vans they have. They also have a pretty good support team, so they can answer any questions you have there as well. But thanks for stopping by. I know this video was quick. There's really not a whole lot to look at here. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video, or maybe somewhere out there on tour.